Welcome back, YouTube. Back with another one. You feel me? There's been a lot going on. A lot of lives lost. A lot of new life, you know what I'm saying, created. You know what I'm saying? A lot of businesses started. A lot of people gaining new employment. People getting fired. You know what I'm saying? People going through hardships. People going through, you know what I mean, like a recession. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got your hustle together in 2025 right now, if you're not thinking right in the world we living in right now, it's tough for you. I can almost guarantee you struggling out here. I can almost guarantee you having a hard time trying to figure this out because you didn't give yourself the opportunity to learn and build throughout COVID, right? We had that down period in COVID to where we was basically quarantined and in prison. You know what I'm saying? And if you know anything about people who get locked up or whatever, that's be their time to where they can really sit down and allow themselves to, okay, I see y'all going, okay, I see the ladies. That allows you to sit back and not be distracted. You see what I'm saying? Perfect example. So you get to read and you get to get information and understand what your purpose is and really plan and strategize. So if you didn't plan and strategize and it's 2025 right now, I can almost guarantee you struggling. And I'm going to tell you one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to blame nobody but yourself, okay? Don't blame nobody but yourself, okay? You the only reason why you in this position. And you going to be the one to get you out of it. Keep your head up. It's not too late. It's not over with. As long as you got air in your lungs, you can make it happen, okay? So what you need to do is stop being lazy, stop procrastinating, get on your job, get on your hustle, write you a plan, check off you some goals, find out what you're passionate in, create you a business, work you a job, and invest in your business. You see what I'm trying to say? It's like now when you working a job and you applying for a job, you applying for it with a different motivation than just buy some clothes or go out, take a girl out to eat. Like you got more of a purpose, more drive, more fire behind you as you knocking off your goals. And you know what I mean? I don't care how small the goal is because you're progressing. That's called motion. You know what I mean? You don't want to be emotional by not knocking off your goals. You want to have motion by knocking off, I don't care how small the goal is, because guess what? You're going forward. Staying stagnant causes depression. You don't never want to end up in a position where you're depressed and you can't really move and get up and get out like you want to because you're not really as motivated or you don't have the energy. So what you don't never want to do is allow yourself this many days to pass you by and you're not taking advantage of it, because the only person that's you gonna blame is yourself ultimately at the end of the day. And I don't want nobody beating themselves up, because ultimately you're not gonna beat yourself up. You're gonna take it out on an innocent person in your community. And that's why we have so much African on African crime in our communities. We love to put our hands on the same skin tone. Like, it's moral of the story, we need to love each other. We don't need to be harming nobody, because whoever you hurt, you mess around and have to sit down for that. That's another person off the street who can be a part of the cause to promote change. You get what I'm trying to say? One of our strong leaders, one of our strong alpha males, once again took off the streets and took out our communities, took out these households to raise the children. Who wins? Nobody wins when the family feuds. And if nobody told y'all, I'ma tell you, we are family. We all are. Our brothers and sisters through Christ, right? Yeah, brothers and sisters, yeah, how they say it. But we actually are all family. So once you realize that, you understand, why would I want anybody in my family dead or in jail? Away from their family. Can't raise their kids, can't provide, can't protect. And you know that's our number one thing as men we want to be able to do. be able to provide and protect. So if we're not able to provide and protect for our family, that's going to cause some even more issues in the streets, in the neighborhoods, because if you can't, I always was taught by my OGs, if you ain't got the money, you gonna take it. If you can't feed yourself, you gonna take it. You gonna feed yourself one way or another. So the moral of the story is for us to not put ourselves in a position where we have to take someone else's hard-earned money and hard-earned property that they, hustled and built for. All right, it doesn't just come overnight, right? So moral of the story, we have to understand that we have to be motivated, inspired by each other's success. We shouldn't be envious or jealous, ever. Us as men, we need to be so focused on our goals, knocking them off little by little, knocking them off. We should be so focused on our goals and what we got planned in our life that we don't worry about nobody else's business. Call it delusional, call it misogynistic, call it whatever big word y'all done just learned in 2025. Call it that, okay? But what we're not going to call it is lazy. What we're not going to call us is procrastinators. What we're not going to call us is broke. You know what I mean? Because we're steadily moving, steadily motion, heavy motion, always doing something, we're not hanging around a bunch of people who not on the same type of time as us. Why would we do that to ourselves? Comment below. Comment, why would we do that? Why would we hang around a bunch of people? Are you scared of these people? Do you not want to disassociate yourself because you feel like they're going to come run up on you and check you about it? Are you gang affiliated? If so, it might be too late for you. You know what I'm saying? Even though some people drop their flags, but that's frowned upon. But moral of the story, if it's not fear of them, is it fear of success? You have to ask yourself that. Or do you fear success? Do you fear climbing to the next level? Because ultimately, if you really love these people and they really love you, they gonna want you to get there. If not, help you to get there, or y'all should be already on that, right? So, and if they not the people that's doing that, that's telling you in itself, they not the ones you need to necessarily have around you to get there. You could still have love for them. We got FaceTime, we got the phones. You could tap in with anybody now. You know what I'm saying? There's people in jail who don't miss a beat, right? So, moral of the story, if you really mess with them and they really mess with you, you climb the ladder and eventually you can put them in a position to better themselves. But first, you have to put your own mask on. Without your mask on, how can you ever help somebody else put their mask on when you suffocating and suffering out here in this world called life? You know what I'm saying? Trying to live life. You know what I mean? You feel me? Trying to build a family. I know what your struggles are, young man. I know what you want to do. You want to find a woman and you want to start you a family, but guess what? That woman is attracted to that man who got motion. And if you out here trying to be a little boy approaching these women / girls, you gonna run into a lot of pitfalls, a lot of, you know what I mean, sand traps. Because moral of the story is not meant for you to choose your woman. You have to allow your success to put you in position to where you gravitate to someone like-minded as you. You know what I mean? If it just was up to us picking our women, we're never going to pick the right woman. You get what I'm trying to say? Because ultimately, we pick them by the wrong things. We pick them based off their assets and not their assets. You get what I'm trying to say? Try asking a woman this going forward. What do you think about assets over liabilities and things of that nature? If she act like she's giving you a hard time or that she's lost when you bring up these type of terminologies, yeah, it was another little cutie that just walked in. But when you bringing up these terminologies, right, and she's acting lost and confused and like, you know what I mean, taken back or turned off because you bringing up some real grown-up conversation and it's like too much for her, that's a sign, fellas. We need to stop picking them based off their assets and off their assets, right? What do you know? How can you help me? How can you help? First off, us as men, we have to love ourselves. Us as humans, we have to love ourselves and know what our purpose is. So now when you know what your purpose is, you can find a woman who's aligned with your purpose, right? If you don't know what your purpose is, you're going to get with a woman and just get behind her. And that's not what this is all about. She's going to eventually lose respect for you, right? You got to stay on your purpose. She got to get behind you, right? We are the head. You know what I'm saying? They the backbone, but we the head. We need to lead at all times, or the foundation is rocky. Never let the gender roles reverse on you. I don't care how hard you got to work to stay in your alpha, your masculine frame when you're around these women. Because when they see you do all that laughy laugh, jokey joke stuff, oh man, boy, can they not wait to call me, okay? So y'all need to stay calm, stay chill, act like you done had this before, act like you've been here before. You know what I'm talking about? Because ultimately, she judging you. She's studying you. She done been with, you know, people like me before, so she comparing you to me, okay? So that's tough, right? But moral of the story, it's a rough game out here. It's real rough. So you got to just understand that tough love is the way to, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, you feel me? You got to love yourself tough. You know what I mean? And that means passionately put that time and them hours in on yourself that you will put in on a job. You feel me? A company that don't even care about you, don't care about your kids, don't care about if your granny, your elders get sick. They don't care. They want a doctor's note, or they giving you points, right? To eventually fire you. And now you got to start over. So knowing that all this is on the table, make sure you have you a plan. Make sure you invest in you the way you invest in these companies in the way they don't really care, right? It's been another video, man. Good chopping it up with y'all, man. Leave some comments what y'all want to hear from me. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'm out.